Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Special Guest on the Motocross Network. My name is Trevor and I will be your host. Today we have the International Supercross race teams, Joan Cros. How are you doing, man?
Hi, what's up? How are you? Really good. Thank you for being me here.
Yeah, I was looking through the results and your name didn't ring a bell to me this year. And I believe Ricky Carmichael was talking about you in a qualifying the other day, or the past race, I believe. I was like, he sounds interesting.
Mhm.
He sounds like he's got a cool story. And you've got the results. I mean, you haven't made it to the main yet this year, but you have been so close. So tell me how this year's gone for you so far.
Um, yeah, I mean, we started so good, in Houston because you know that normally the first races are super hard, like everybody's healthy and everybody's there, everybody's fresh and ready, to rip. So um, I was super happy with the results because we had like fifth and sixth in the first two races in the LCQ. Of course, the main is made the goal. It's made the main, but we look at, like, I think all the team, all the international supercross, like with Baba and Logan. We made a good preseason. It's the first year also that I came here, for the preseason. Um, I just did 3 weeks here, but it's better than the other years that I just came the week before Anaheim, and it was all a little bit more chaos and difficult to prep the bike, to training, to have the bike ready and everything. So this year we prep a little bit better, all the team together. We made good trainings and we had a good looking in the first races, so that was super cool, and we were super motivated. And yeah, how you said, I didn't make it to the main yet, but we're happy from the speed and the results for the moment so far.
Oh, absolutely. I think missing qualifying into the main by just one or two positions, that's awesome. I mean, there were a couple, by looking at your results, there were a couple of races that weren't so hot, but most of them you've stayed relatively consistent. I mean, all it takes is one guy to mess up that's in the LCQ, and then you're right there. You're always right there.
Yeah, especially we had less in Orlando. That was like the only two races that I didn't have really good starts, but like the three Houston rounds and the three Indies, we had a couple of hole shots, like even in the qualifying practice and on the LCQs too. And that's important because it's where the people can start to know you and to you start to be in the front, with all these guys. And yeah, I missed the main in two races, just the last lap. So yeah, we need to try to be a little bit more, consistent. And probably the best thing that we need to be better is make less mistakes, because of course when I'm there I'm riding in my 200%. So
Oh yeah,
uh, I made mistakes.
yeah. In the LCQ, most guys are riding their 110% past their limits, just going and trying their hardest, and the nerves is on top of that too. You're getting nervous, and especially when you're in a qualifying position, you're like, you can make it, but there's guys on your tail that want it too. So it's always tough, especially in the LCQs.
Yeah, the things that we had, like the first races, that I'm trying to change is like the days that I had the whole shot. Just don't try to protect the position and try to go forward. Of course, it's not easy because you have riders that they've been faster than you in the qualifying, so they are faster than you that day, and they are behind you trying to pass. So you always need to protect the position, but sometimes you start to be tight in the corners, to don't flow the corners, to just um, looking that they don't pass and you don't think about to go forward. So that one of the maybe the biggest things that I wanted to change for the next races. And yeah, in Orlando I didn't have good starts. I had a big crash in the last race, but yeah, we are happy, training hard, and just enjoying the races. That's important, and we are enjoying the races, so that's really important too.
Oh, absolutely. You just mentioned the big crash in Orlando too. I didn't see that when I was watching the race, but I saw that you finished nearly dead last, so it must have been a pretty bad crash. Can you explain what happened?
Yeah, I mean that was in the big rhythm section that we had that day. There was a big quad that, if I'm not wrong, I think Enticknap Adam crashed hard too there in the qualifying practice.
Oh yeah, he broke his collarbone in that one. Yeah, I know which one.
Yeah, yeah. I think some more guys crashed there too, and yeah, I just went a little bit short in the quad. I cased it, and I lost the balance. And when you touch the top blocks, you're dead.
Oh
like
yeah.
always when you touch the sometimes you just think, man, if the top block is not there, you didn't crash. But yeah, when I hit the top block, I just crashed, and yeah, my handlebar was completely bent. So I just stopped it I didn't pull off, but I stopped it to the mechanics area. We just tried to repair fast a little bit, and I just finished the race. I mean, that last, but at least we finished. So.
Well, yeah, that's the best thing you can do. I mean, there's like no time. If you make one mistake in the LCQ, there's not enough time to really come back from that. But it's better to try to fix it and go out and still gain the experience, because it's better than just dropping out of the race and be angry about what you did. So that was the right decision.
Yeah, especially for me, it's really important, like the time on the races, because in Spain we don't have like these supercross tracks that normally we have there, that they are like kind of the future tracks that they have here on Sundays.
Yeah.
Normally that really easy ones with small whoops, and honestly, the practice tracks that we have here almost everywhere are not like a racetrack. At least the ones that we can ride. So when you are there, you need to try to make all the laps possible, and to start to gain confidence and to be more comfortable always.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you were saying the practice tracks. That's one thing that kind of sucks for privateer teams is in Supercross, you can't really find practice tracks that are exactly like the real deal, unless you are on a huge team and you're at Baker's Factory or something like that, private, extremely exclusive tracks. And other than that, you're not going to get the real whoops and the real big jumps. So it's kind of hard for privateers.
Yeah, we're lucky because Baba have one track in his house, so that's good. But the thing is, he's from St. Louis, so it's super cold. So now it's like kind of impossible to ride. All January, February, it's like in the Indy race we had like 10 or 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So like almost you can't go outside.
Yeah.
So here in Florida it was pretty hard to find tracks. We rode a little bit kind of small motocross tracks, but we didn't have any supercross track for riding all the day. So it's for that when when we're in the races, it's really important for me to try to make a lot of laps and to learn the most I can in each weekend.
Yep, absolutely. You mentioned you're from Spain and you raced the Spanish Supercross and Motocross Championship. I saw that you were a 4-time Spanish Supercross champion and a 1-time Spanish Motocross champion. Could you just give us a brief history of your racing in Spain, and then how you came over here and got into the World Championship Supercross and all this?
Yeah, if you love the Supercross and you want to race with the best riders in the world, you need to be here. Here is the best Supercross ever. So I raced all my life in Spain and in Europe, and I raced the GPs, especially I raced the MX3 class. It was like the 500 bikes. I raced that championship like 3-4 years. and the Europeans. I did some GPs in 450 too. I did some GPs, but I didn't race no more outdoors. My last GP was in 2016. So in 17 was my first year here in US, but I just came for 3 races, and it was a crazy trip. We didn't have anything. I just came paying all the things for myself. I had a contract with Rockstars, so in Europe, so they helped me out, and they gave me the bike from Bobby Hewitt, the 350 from him. I mean, his bike, with stock motocross suspension, and was a 350 for race with the 450 guys, and they just give me the bike and one stand, and I went in the race, and it was especially crazy because I didn't know anything here, and I just landed I think one Wednesday before San Diego, and it was raining, and Thursday was raining, and Friday was raining, so I didn't try the bike, and then they made like a muddy schedule or something like this, and they take out the free practice. So I just had directly the qualifying practice, and I never raced it or ride it in US in my life, and with a bike either. So it was pretty crazy, because the track, if you never saw that, it's like, fuck, man, that's crazy, that's big whoops, big triples, that's so stiff, everything, and was a little bit wet too. So I just said, man, I don't know how, but I need to send it just in the second lap, because if not, I don't win qualifying.
Yeah.
And I just qualified, I remember 41, but some guy was hurt, so in the practice, so I was in, and that was my first race. Yeah. It was a little bit crazy. And this year I just came for 3 races, and was where I meet Baba and all the team, and the next time that I came was for ride on the team, so that was pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, that must not have been a warm welcome your first race. It must have really been an eye-opening thing, like, oh man, this is real, and with no practice and all that in a muddy race too. I mean, that had to have been a really eye-opening race, but you still gained. I mean, you're still learning, obviously, but the team and everything, you said you just met him at the race?
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, we met in one practice track, and yeah, just we start to talk when I come back to Spain, and sometimes we just talk about with the on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they had like in the last minute they had like I don't know which issue with one rider that he need to race with them, and they don't work out, so they just told me if I want to ride, and I say of course. So that was when we started. The other thing that was crazy was like that same year in 2017, my second race was Anaheim too, and I did 6th, if I'm not wrong, in the LCQ. So it was like, oh man, I was so excited and so pumped because I was 6th and with a stock bike and everything, and yeah, I was so happy, and yeah, probably these results was the ones that that made me to have the team and everything for 2019.
Yeah. So that team, it looks like a really well prepared and well put together privateer team. So I have high hopes for you. I think you can definitely make main events. I mean, you're right there, and it's not easy to get in, obviously, but you have the talent and the speed. So I can definitely see you making a main soon. The team looks good. I think you're going to do very well on this team, and I look forward to seeing you race again in this, especially at Daytona, because I think Daytona will fit you better with what you know. It's not as extreme as the other Supercross tracks.
Yeah, we're all the team, fighting and and trying to be better every day. Like our main goal is like trying to be better every day, more than just a number or result. But of course, we want to be in the mains, and yeah, man, especially like the last two races, I think that was crazy. Like if you see the names in the LCQ, you know, like everybody's like, oh man, that's so stacked this year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, you know, for us, it's just, I don't care which one is in the LCQ, you know, which guy is in the LCQ or which guy is between me, I mean, in my side in the starting grid.
Exactly.
We need to try to do the job, you know, enjoy and learn every time. And yeah, hope it works, and we can, all the team, we can start to make, you know, amazing 450. We had like Logan, that he did a super good season in the 250 East Coast. You know, he was top 10 2 times, so it's crazy. And now he's on the 450 with us. But yeah, 450. You see, like last week, like Oldenburg, like he was a podium man in 250. He didn't make it, or like Broc Tickle didn't make it 2 weeks ago. But you know. You have a lot of guys that they make it, like Clayson, Garner, Politelli, and if they do, we can do it. So yeah, we just need to start to continue to working. Sorry for my English, sometimes it's difficult for me. So yeah, to keep working and again, I say enjoy it, because for me it's one of the most important things. You know, when you enjoy it, you ride good.
Absolutely. That's one thing a lot of riders mess up with, is they take it too seriously and don't enjoy any of it. And then if something happens, they're like, man, I wish I would have taken those small moments and enjoyed the whole experience, because that's definitely an awesome experience for a guy like you.
Yeah, I mean, I think for everybody, you know, when you enjoy it, you can feel it. And it's true that it's not easy to enjoy the races. It's difficult because you have sometimes a lot of pressure, or like especially for the guys like us, and we don't have a lot of budget. Sometimes, you know, you can have problems in the bike or whatever happen, and all it's a big problem. Like, you know, like some guys that if they break something or they need a wheel, they don't have problems. But like the other day, when Politelli took me out in Indy 3, I think, or no, Indy 2, I don't remember the race, in the LCQ, yeah, I broke my caliper and the pins of the caliper, and we didn't have that for the next race. So like the Pro Circuit guys helped me out, and they give me the pins, you know, and these things. So yeah, that was really nice for his part. And what I want to say is, like, for us, it's all the small things can be a big issue, because we don't have, you know, all the things that you need to have sometimes. So but yeah, anyways, we're super happy on the team, you know. The best thing is that we work all together and we work hard, so that's the main thing too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely tough for a smaller team, but it's awesome that you're getting some help from other people, like you said. But yeah, thanks for taking the time to join me. I wish you the best for the rest of the season, man. I mean, you're looking good. Even though you haven't made the main yet, you're close, and I think you can definitely do it. You've got the potential to do it. So yeah, good luck this year, man.
Yeah, thank you very much, and yeah, hope to see you guys soon.
Oh yeah, it was awesome to talk with you. Thanks. Thank you for listening to Special Guest on the Motocross Network. If you enjoyed this podcast, give us a follow if you're on Spotify, or subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. For the latest race results, news articles, or opinion articles, visit themotocrossnetwork.com. This podcast was produced by the Motocross Network. Everything Moto, period.